reaction. What's wrong?
It's Minnie. She's with child.
She is? Why, that's wonderful.
No, it's not wonderful. It's terrible. Don't you see? We must do something about this. Minnie was not, I was not. We were both normal-sized babies. Mom always told us this, don't you remember? I weighed 6 pounds when I was born. Do you know how much Minnie weighs now? 30 pounds at the most. Can you imagine? Well, you grew up on a farm. You must know. I remember Mom and Delia saying long ago how I must never. And now Minnie is. And she can't. It'll kill her. And we must stop it.
Excuse me, Vinny, for being so forward, but we must dispense with the modesty. How far along is she?
She thinks almost 3 months, but the idiot doctor apparently can't tell. He told her the baby would be tiny like her. I don't know if he's totally ignorant, or if he told her that so she wouldn't worry. I suspect the former.
Country doctors. I'll find the finest New York doctor and send him to Middleborough.
Oh, yes, that would be a relief. Would he be willing to... I know there are ways and things you can do if the health of the mother is at risk. That's probably past the stage of any prevention powders.
What? Prevention powders? What on earth do you know about such things?
When I was on the river, a girl, a dancer, once thought that I might need something of the sort. She was quite mistaken, I'm glad to say. However, it was the first time I'd heard of these things. Now I'm happy that I did, for I can think clearly about Minnie's situation.
Vinny, you never cease to amaze me. You are the most remarkable woman I've ever met.
We need to consider the option of doing something so that Minnie does not carry the child to term.
But do you think there's the possibility that the child might be tiny, as the doctor says?
I don't know. All I know is that Minnie and I were not. Nor was Charles, remember? That's 3 of us who were born normal size that I know of. And that's enough for me. I have no idea how we'll be able to convince her, for she is over the moon with happiness. She said she's doing this for me, too. All the baby business back in the 60s broke her heart to say goodbye to those infants. She keeps saying how glad she'll be not to have to say goodbye to her child. How happy Charles will be. How happy I must be. She thought I mourned those children just as she did. But I did not. She's saying she's glad she can do this for me. So it's all my fault.
The one thing you cannot do is blame yourself. Believe me, I know. When I lost Pauline last year, I couldn't stop blaming myself, wondering if I could have seen the symptoms earlier.
But this is different. Pauline died of fever. I've pushed Minnie into making a decision that will cost her her life.
You don't know that, Vinny. You don't know if she would have done it anyway.
She would have never met Edward if it wasn't for me.